All right, here we are. Ian the Grippler Carnegie with M.A.C, Major Arm Wrestling Championships, with the big rig, the big man, the Ayatollah, the Hand, the Viking, also known as the greatest arm wrestler in Europe right now.
In Sweden.
Philip,
Yes.
the Viking Larsson. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Long
A
time no
little bit
see.
tired. A little bit. Yeah, long time. A little bit tired still from the jet lag, but yeah, like you can buy melatonin on the airport. So I just fucking
Oh,
smashed myself some melatonins and got a good night's sleep.
man, what'd you think of your arm wrestling experience in Colorado? Honestly, buddy, you stole the show. We'll get into everything, but you stole the show at the press conference. You were absolutely, you were stellar. You were stellar. I don't know if you heard me laughing, but you busted out that hat and I knew exactly what was going on. And I fucking started dying. I might have been a bit tad early. Yeah.
You see that? It's a true story.
It's a true
Signed
story.
Robert Oberst. Yeah.
You know, Robert Oberst for a bit there was thinking, man, is this a fucking true story? You could see him thinking, because he's a genuinely good dude, and I could see him actually doing that, like giving his hat to somebody. He's really, really nice guy. But man, you stole the show at the. I mean, Devin was right beside you, and he was having a fit. and then when Matt Mass put it on, and like you couldn't see his head anymore,
disappeared.
Talk about your time in the press conference and the match.
Yeah. Well, press conferences and stuff like that is kind of new to me. So I was like, fuck, I got to rehearse this shit somehow. So I figured out that I wanted to do some kind of joke. And someone sent me this hat, like a picture of this hat, and said, this is a hat that would probably fit you. And then I was like, okay, I'll fucking order that hat. And then I just came up with the idea, because it's a running joke between Eddie and Brian and Robert that he has a massive head. And then
it's not a running joke; it's a reality.
It's a reality, yeah. But it's yeah. But so do I. I have a fucking insane dome. But
are they the same size, or are they? Is he a little bit?
I don't know. My head is 25.5 inches. I don't know what his is, but it's fucking huge.
That's big.
Yeah.
But you know what? You had everybody in the press conference and stitches. I mean, Coach Ray and Neil could hardly contain.
Coach Ray is actually the only guy who knew about this joke.
Oh,
the only
really?
guy who knew about it before it happened. Everyone else was. I hadn't told anyone else.
Oblivious to it.
Yeah.
And you know, it was actually probably the most entertaining E.V.W. press conference that I've seen. And I've seen all of them.
I agree, because main reason I think is, well, characters, and also no fucking translator. Like, just English through and through. Everyone understands it, speaks it, and it just has a better flow than.
Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day, communication and understanding is key. I mean, obviously, we don't want to alienate any of the Europeans that come over. They don't speak English, so be it. But it was fluid, right? We didn't have to constantly. And if we did have Coach Ray there, so he could help with the some of those Eastern Bloc countries that speak Russian or Ukrainian and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I also like that, because Coach Ray or Neil. Because from the previous East versus West press conference, it's a lot. How did the preparation go and stuff like that? And those are insanely boring questions. But there were none of this here. So now it was more like a good flow, more like a chill conversation. Doing some stabbing.
Well, and everybody was about it, right? Everybody was about throwing shade, and it was in good humor. I find it funny, like poor Devin, he wants to engage hard with a guy, and Alex is just sending him love, constant love, and it's like Devin's like, what the fuck?
He's disarming him in a way.
Yeah, totally disarming him. He's like, well, Alex, thank you for all that, but I have to shit on you anyway.
Yeah. By the way, M.A.C had also one of the funniest fucking things ever. He said in the pre-show interview, he said that I was a bobblehead that I grew into, and that was fucking hilarious. I fucking died when
I
he said that.
said,
I'm
I said,
so happy. I'm so happy I didn't hear that when I was on stage, because then I would have fucking lost my focus. I
I
laughed
said,
so hard.
I said you were a giant garden gnome that came to life.
Mm,
Like, you know, those garden
mm,
gnomes? You
yeah.
know, yeah. I said you were a giant
Mm,
garden gnome that came to life, and
mm,
but yeah, Matt was good spirit too. Like he was, even though he took his ass whooping there, you know, he came sat beside us and watched the rest of the show and had no excuses, no nothing. He was like, you know, sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. And today, that day was he was the nail and you were the hammer, which was incredible to me because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I am a huge fan of you, but even my projections, we first met, I'm like, dude, you stick with this and you're going to be elite in no time. But I didn't mean
mm.
like no time. You know what I
You
mean?
meant
I meant
sometime.
like in some time. You know, I said no
Yeah.
time because I thought, well, you know, he's a big dude. He's genetic. He knows
Mm,
the arm wrestling moves, but it takes time generally to get arm wrestling hardened. You get what I mean? And my
yeah.
goodness, every time I turn around, you're kicking somebody's ass and taking names, and I'm like, holy shit. And then with
Mm,
M.A.C, I thought it would be a tough ask for you, not because I didn't think you were strong enough. I just wasn't sure how you would deal with his speed. Because
precision.
he could beat people that are stronger than him just off go, right? Boom. And
Yeah.
you controlled everything. You controlled center, you controlled hand. You were never, in my opinion, not one time were you threatened to lose that match. How did you
No.
feel?
Uh, I felt in 100% control the entire time. I wanted to, the first round, I just wanted to make sure I got the pin and the win. So I just top rolled and went side and flashed him. After I knew that I had control, so second round, I wanted to play around a little bit, show people that I'm not a one trick pony. I can do other things at the table than just this. So I decided to hold him in the center. But as soon as I held him, he dove in with the dropping his wrist. Well, I got the wrist, but instead of keep going defensively, he just threw his shoulder in, so I had to adjust. And
Mm.
then he professional fouled, which was a good idea. But the second round, pretty much exactly the same thing.
Yeah, you
Took
did.
the
You decided
wrist
to
and
fuck
he went.
around and find out, right? Like you were like, okay, I see what you're gonna
Mm.
do. That's not good from anyone's elbow, yours or his. So you did. You
Well,
just
for me,
decided.
it was fine because I was in this position, so I didn't even get like he went this way, but I was with the shoulder behind.
Okay.
So my elbow felt great. I didn't feel anything from that. And then I just went into press just to show, like, first of all, it's the best lane. Once you get the wrist, if someone dives in with their shoulder, testing their frame, the press is the answer to that move. So, but I also wanted to show people that
I
I
would
knew how
say
to
it
do it.
depends on. I would personally say it depends on who you're. A guy like M.A.C, where he is a top roller for sure. If you are going up against someone that like is inside puller, sometimes when you go press, you go into his arm, giving back his wrist, and then
No,
that.
if you're in the top roll and
Mhm.
then you turn, so all you do, you keep all the pressures the same way and just turn in and cup over. You're still, all the force is going to your left corner of the
Okay.
table. So I'm not going in like this. I got it, and then I'm just turning and down. So I'll just keep rotating him towards, like,
And the pressure, yeah,
yeah,
understood,
all the
understood.
way, like all the way to this shoulder. So you don't go into the power if you do it like that. But when I tried doing similar thing to Terrence Opperman, I actually went into his power. So I had to go back out in the top roll again because I failed.
Well, it's a
But
good thing you learned.
when you
You learned
fail, you
quickly.
learn. Yeah.
Mm. Maybe Terrence Upperman.
I,
Maybe we should.
I there is no point. I would murder him right now. he has nothing for me now.
Oh, so
I can tell you this.
you don't want me to reach out?
I would like to maybe at Arm Wars or something get the match back just because it's an hour flight, and I would like to redeem my loss there. But right now, seeing how much stronger I am than I was then, and how much better I am now,
You just want the
I
next
think
big
he
thing.
should. Yeah, I think he should aim for the 115 instead. Because I don't think, even though I respect him a lot, same as I do with Matt, I also have to be realistic. And for instance, going to Canada to pull him, that would be such a fucking long trip for a match that I would be 100% sure I'd win.
Okay.
So then it kind of takes away a little bit of the fun, you know.
We do on the 29th of November. I have an interesting proposal, but I can't do it on here. We'll talk off air,
Yep.
and I think you'll like. I think you'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of that, we have business to do. You and I and Mr. Wayne Withers. Will it be Wayne retaining the M.A.C Super Heavyweight Championship, or will that belt be heading overseas to Sweden? Apparently, over your fireplace or television? Which is it?
Television.
The television.
Right on top of my TV back there.
So
That's
you
where
got
it's
it
gonna
all.
hang.
You got it measured out, eh? And it's like exactly.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
there's
It's gonna be up there.
so
Wayne
last
Withers thinks Wayne Withers thinks he can come to Canada and just pinch women's asses, but he'll find out. He'll need 6.5 months of therapy once I take his wrist.
he was pretty confident last night during his interview. He said that he had never been stronger. It's great because then there's no excuses, right? We got you've never been stronger, and him has never been stronger. So whatever the result, no one's got anything to say.
No, I want the best version of him because if I
You're,
lose, then
you're both
huh?
big boys too. I think he's sitting around. I think he's 6'6", 340, 345, I think he said, or 350.
Hmm,
And you're 6'6", 375?
380 something like that.
380? Yeah.
I was 380 on the weigh-ins, but now I'm lower because flights and stuff.
Flights and
But
everything.
I'll
It's
be
hard.
back up. I'll be back up on
Were you able
380
to
something.
eat? Like, I found I couldn't indulge in Colorado. I felt like I got full. As soon as I started eating, I started feeling full. Were you able to
On
eat?
when on
Think,
Wednesday morning, I
yeah.
had 3 huge omelets for breakfast, and then I didn't eat for 13 hours.
Wow.
So I had the breakfast, and next time we ate at a restaurant called Jim and Bird or something in the Rocky Mountains. That was like 8 o'clock at night, so like 13 hours later.
Yeah, so you probably felt it too. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like walking up the arena stairs, by the time I got up there, I felt like I walked up the Rocky Mountains. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. No, the fucking air there was like so hard to breathe. Like you don't feel like you get any oxygen at all. But it didn't matter in the match because then I really just go on adrenaline and focus on the match day. So I
Yeah.
don't care about it. If I can't breathe, I don't care. Win the match, and then I can think about breathing.
Yeah, you can. What do they say? There's a saying: you can sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, you can breathe when you're done.
Yeah. When you're done, you
Yeah,
got the job done, man.
yeah.
It's really impressive. Like, so was it 3 weeks ago? Was it a month ago that you beat?
3 weeks.
3 weeks ago. So you go off,
Yeah,
you beat Sandra Sadis, which
yeah.
I'll be honest, I would not have favored you in that match, just
Hmm.
based on what I knew. Now I favor you pretty much against anybody. Like I can't go against. Seriously, it's like, if you would have asked me a month ago or a year ago, I'd been, oh yeah, that guy could probably beat him. That guy could probably beat him. Now it's like, geez, who can actually beat you? Like, I don't even know 100% if Alex could. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I don't know. I honestly don't know if Alex could beat you.
Alex Cordeche, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna be that cocky yet to say that I could beat him because I don't have enough data to accurately or close to accurately predict that match so far.
Well, I know a particular event that both of you will be at that you guys could do some after pulling. I'll discuss that with you after. Anyways, because I'm very interested to see that. Like, I also don't want to just, throw you at Alex. I'm just saying, could it? Maybe,
Yeah.
I feel like, take good leaps, appropriate leaps, and you get more matches, right? Because if you go to Alex, finding you matches is going to be like, no one's going to want to pull you. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? So then you get stagnated because you become so close to the top. It's like no one wants you. But if you start going up the rung, one rung at a time, you're going to get more money, more flights, more exposure, and become a bigger brand. And they love you. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you, I run in certain circles, and they absolutely love you as a person, as a character, and now as an arm wrestler. No one can deny your ability now. Nah, it's nothing I said or did. It's honestly, it's all your. It's nice that you say appreciate it, but you did the work. No one can do this.
It's true, but it's still like it's motivating. It makes me happy to hear that people enjoy watching me do what I love doing.
We now have another elite super heavyweight in the picture, and which is great because one of the biggest problems arm wrestling has is who is the next up, right? East versus West is hard to crack because they only have limited space. But guys like entities like M.A.C, we can get the next up guys and have them go and challenge each other and let the cream rise to the top. And then once they're at the top, and they get their East versus West shot, and now it's a good feeder system for them. Not that M.A.C is intended to be a feeder system for anybody. It's just the way it is, right? Like one day we hope to be just as popular as anything that's ever existed in our own lane. But right now, the top league in the world is East versus West. And every single event that we've had, we've shipped off athletes to East versus West, including yourself. Would you have gotten that shot to East versus West without M.A.C? Possibly. I think the win on Sanders put you on the radar for sure. You know what I mean? I don't know what was. Did you already have that before the Sanders match? Like, was the East versus West? Were you like? Did you win that match and then they contacted you, or was it before that?
I was contacted 5 weeks ago for the East versus West match, and Sanders match was 3 weeks ago. So,
okay. So,
it's not really a Sanders match; it's a tournament, Riga tournament, where he showed up.
Yeah.
I had planned to go to that tournament because my friend wanted some motivation to go pull. So I said, I talked to Ray and I said, bro, do you have any good tournaments or something, events coming up? And he talked to me in early this year. I don't really remember exactly when, that he would try to do some massive like tournament style thing, something that never been done before. Or maybe it has, but I mean, like no elimination like M.A.C. But it was, I don't really remember exactly what he told me. It was something like not about weight classes, that everyone, like an open, everyone facing everyone.
Yeah.
With
I've
no
seen
elimination.
things like that where what they do is they take the lowest end guys, like the lowest weight guys, and the heaviest over here, and then they just keep going like this, and basically. So light guys can keep winning and the heavier guys keep winning. And sometimes when they get to the middle, the lighter guy tends to win because the bigger guy had a harder path. Do you know what I mean? So
I think that was the kind of like the gist of that tournament.
Yeah. So
but
your friend's name is Amelia. What's his name again? Amelia?
ML.
ML. Oh yeah. Good arm wrestler. Good arm wrestler.
He wasn't with me in Latvia though. It was another guy.
Oh,
super
nice.
heavyweight guy. But Emil is my training partner. We do a lot of training together, and he smashed it. He did a really fucking good job there.
He was really good. Like the only guy he lost to was Coach Ray, correct?
Yeah, he lost to Coach Ray. He actually, and Coach Ray even confirmed it. Coach Ray got foul, and they called it a foul, but it was a losing position. He was all the way, like his fingers were almost below the pad when he slid off. And I told Ray, like, dude, you know that was a losing position, right? And he was like, yeah. But like referees
Yeah, you're
does
not
the
going to
call.
call against. Yeah, you're not going to call against yourself, right?
No, of
But
course not.
it just goes to show you the level he is. I'm glad he's coming. We'll talk more about what the. I got to talk to my partners and see if what we can do for him when he gets here.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, if he's going to be in country and he's that kind of a talent, why not, right?
yeah,
So, but Wayne Withers, he's coming. He's excited to pull you. His manager says you have zero chance, which was interesting. It's his daughter.
yeah. I know. I saw the interview.
Oh, did you? And
Yeah,
he says he's like he gave you compliments, said that you said obviously he has a very strong hand and wrist, and then he's like, you know who else has a very strong hand and wrist? I said,
yeah.
good. That's
Country
good.
Wayne.
Country Wayne.
Yeah.
And then what do you see as your plan, say 2 years out? Where would you like to be? You
I
want to be
actually
the
talked. I,
go ahead.
I actually talked with Lars Rohrback in a little bit. Chatted with him about the trajectory and like plans, but nothing is like. I'll take whatever match is being offered me. I love arm wrestling. I love pulling. So whatever people offer, I will accept. Uh, but like what my personal goals would be, Corey West. Once I've and let's just assume, or for that I actually beat him. Corey West, then Alex Credecia, and then Hermes Gasparini, and then Devon. Those four would be like a 2 year goal in
Yeah.
that order.
I'm done underestimating you, my friend. I am not going to say that's a bold prediction. I can't do it. You keep proving me wrong. So, and
We'll see what
it's
happens. I mean, but
what's really
it could also be like 10 matches in between. But like those are the guys that I'm aiming for.
yeah,
Uh,
you're yeah, exactly. I know. 100%. And
mm,
the thing is when I say these things, it's out of love, my friend. Like I have
mm,
nothing but respect for you. Uh, I mean, the very first time I saw you, I was like, yep, uh, that's who's next in the breach. You know what I mean? Like whether I
mm.
touch your hand or not, I'm like, if this guy loves arm wrestling and he trains correctly and he stays injury free, there is no reason why he can't be one of the very best. And I
Mm.
just no one could have predicted your ascent to be so quick. I've never
No,
seen it.
not even me, and I'm kind of confident in my ability, but I still think I've excelled the
Faster than you
like
expected.
faster than expected. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no question. There's no question. And there's a lot of leagues. There's a lot of big promotions out there, like in the Oceanic region and the Britain with Arm Wars, even other places in North America. And I'd love to see you just go on a fucking ass whooping. You know what I mean? Just kicking everybody's ass all over the place. Because like
As
it's
long as people pay me enough so I can get time off work, then I'm good. I'll pull anywhere.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like
That's the
now
thing.
now I have to get now I don't have any vacation days left. Everything is out, so now there has to be like now I can't invest my own money in it anymore. So
Oh, that's
I need either sponsors or enough money to cover me being away from work.
that's fair. That's fair. And for that
Mm.
other event, maybe we'll discuss that because if
Yeah,
yeah, perfect. Um, so we got what an incredible trajectory and target deck that you just gave me because I was thinking a lot of other guys. You know what I mean? But for sure,
I'll knock off a few other guys in between there as well, but those are the guys that I believe I have a chance style wise of beating in relatively decent time. And Devon, as the last guy in line, that's probably like if I beat Hermes, like Devon, I would probably need a full year or something. I don't know. I mean, I would pull him anyway. I would, even if I think I have a 10% chance of winning. If I would manage to beat Hermes, then Devon would be the
well,
obvious next choice.
what do you think is more the likely scenario? Is you pulling Devin early? Is he going to learn more about you, or are you going to learn more about him?
Uh,
I
I don't
think.
know.
So here's what I think. I think if he's substantially ahead of you, right, he's not going to learn too much. But you're going to know exactly where he was able to stop you. Like you know where your main pressures are, and if it doesn't go, it'll give you information. And I think you could go back to the drawing board and just either work on a different counter or just know that you need to be so much stronger in that particular area. And I think I honestly don't think it's a bad. In 2 years' time, if you've succeeded in your goals, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't pull Devin. Because
No.
so what? So what? You lose, big deal. Is that going to continue?
Matter.
It doesn't matter.
Same thing. Let's say I beat Corey West and then I go pull Kurdicha and I lose there. So what? Big deal.
Yeah.
I'll just go back and go another time.
You're new in the sport, and everyone who knows about the game understands where you're at, and we will allow you to grow. Like, I mean, some of these guys, it took 10 years to get on that stage. 10 years. You're doing it in 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is very impressive, my friend. And at the end of the day, do you enjoy it? If you love it, then who gives a fuck, win or loss? Because I'll tell you, every great guy that I know said their biggest jump had always been after a loss that they learned from. And right now you're not losing, so but you're still growing.
I lost to Terrence Opperman, and I lost in the Latvian tournament. I lost twice to Norman Thompson, but he never pin me. It was just slip, and I got slip in losing position, and I got fouled in losing position. But neither of them were in losing position, in my opinion. When you review the footage,
only one that really matters to me, and I forgive me for that, is like they're nice measuring sticks. Whether you beat Sandris or you lost or you beat Norman, tournaments they're tough, right? It's tough to assess because of the variables.
Yeah,
the 10th one was a super match, so we can count that as a loss, right? Because it's a super match. You had many cracks at the cat, you know what I mean? Like what angles you wanted to go, but since then, your super matches have been going very, very one-sided.
Yeah.
The M.A.C one was unbelievable. Like just your stage presence, your hand control, your strength, and your knowledge. It's way above your years. It's like you never talk to a 12-year-old and you're like, this person's an adult in a 12-year-old body. You know what I mean? They're just super smart and they're wise. That's what it's like talking to you about the sport. You're thinking, man. And kind of like if you look at Brian, when he lost his first round to Brandon Allen, most of us were like, it's over, because we don't expect an amateur to be able to adjust from that, right? We don't think he's going to think through his match, and boy, did he ever! He really very impressive. What do you think of Brian and his arm wrestling ability?
I think he's improving a lot. Still needs to work on moving better on the table. Like I wouldn't. if I was him, I wouldn't try getting stronger at all. I would just try to learn how to move better, find out what the different angles should be for him, where he feels like he should attack, where he feels like he should defend, and find out from there and not try to brute force his way. Of course, in a competition, you will. If you have to brute force, you will. But in training, never brute force, just trying to get around. And if it's inside, if it's over, if it's outside, if it's under, as long as you get around it and not just trying to pull through it, I think you will advance your arm wrestling skill by quite a lot. And also learning, how do I block sideways? How do I apply stronger sideways? How do I apply back pressure better? And stuff like that. Do I need to be this tight in angle, or is this angle maybe better for me? How do I feel? Where do I have control? How much arm should I use? How much hand should I use? And stuff like that.
It's very interesting that I'm assuming if these are the questions you would want him to ask himself, these are obviously questions that you've asked yourself. And the fact that you're at this stage of the game and you already know to ask those questions is very, very impressive. Who would you attribute to giving you or helping you with your knowledge base of the game?
The first guy who unlocked the door of like the principles of arm wrestling, like the engineering of arm wrestling, the force production application. That was a blind and deaf guy from Sweden called Pelle Shamliden. He's called the arm wrestling nerd.
Is he really blind and deaf?
Yeah, he's deaf blind.
Get out. And he was able to teach you this?
Yeah, he taught me like the main thing about hand control and just the principle of hand control, like how it actually works. How do you achieve hand control? And not by strength, by actually how do you achieve hand control? And he learned me the basics, the principles, and from there I built around myself how I like to do it with how I feel other people try to do it to me. Okay. I try to feel more than think on the table in training and solve puzzles from there. So
it's very evident. It's very evident watching you that you're skilled, that you can adjust on the go, that you're thinking through problems. And that is the best sign, in my opinion. That's the best sign of a good arm wrestler, or someone with potentially the skills to get better. Is what's in here. I think most people are starting to believe that's the case, right? What's between your ears is starting to become more and more prevalent in the game, because there has been incredibly strong arm wrestlers in the past where their gym lifts were through the roof, but something just prevented them from being great. It was either they just didn't understand the game, or they didn't put in the effort to understand the game. They just thought, I'll just be very strong and that'll be it. And
I pulled a guy in training. He has a 78 kg Devon lift. 78 kg, that's like 180 pounds or something.
Jeez, seriously?
Or no, maybe 160 pounds. 160 pounds, maybe.
Let me do it.
78 kg 2 pounds.
78 times 2.2 equals 171. Still
171, and I could fucking hook him. Hook him. That means like he cannot apply that pressure at all on the table. So that's why I don't care what people lift. I am not interested in your pronation lift or your cupping. Yeah, don't give a shit. Don't give a shit at all, because it doesn't matter. If you can't apply it on the table, or if you can get disarmed, you can't access the power anyway. So it doesn't matter what you can lift off the floor.
But for yourself though, do you do those lifts for one?
No, I have 5 lifts I do, and that's it.
Interesting. After you want, can you divulge those lifts to me?
Yeah, I can tell them now. Or do you want to wait?
You want to You want to tell everybody, including your opponent?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. Some people are, some people have issues with that. But go ahead, please tell me.
I have a cone handle. It's like from 2 inches to 3/4 of an inch. You know, like a cone. You know, like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I do low cupping with the small end on the pinky. Make sure I have connection with the fat part of the hand here, and I do low cupping. Then I turn that thing around and do the same thing up here and do high cupping. I do just a loop around the thumb, get in, and just do supination from here. Those 3 lifts I do on one day. On the other day, I do a pronated back pressure lift, and that's loop around the thumb. Make sure the strap is on the hand, not the forearm. 90 degrees from my forearm and the cable. So it's 90 degrees there for maximum force. And then I do drive through and I just kick up, like sit down a little bit. I do that.
Yeah. So
And then
you're not doing the force pronation. You're locking out and then
no, yeah,
you're
and
lifting from
driving
the.
through.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Because
Wow.
I would never use this pronation in
In a match.
in a match. No, there is no way. If I can dynamically pronate your wrist, then we shouldn't even have a match.
That's awesome.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
I just lock it in, make sure I have height, and then I'll just use my shoulder to crack your wrist.
Man, we got a lot of chatter here. Let me see if there's any questions. Just a lot of statements. That was epic. Yeah, I'm assuming they were talking about. So one of the matches here, Borman would be a good match. That's something certainly we're interested in.
I don't think so right now. I think he needs more time. I think I would destroy him, to be honest. I don't think he has. If Sandris can't press me, I don't think Rickard can press me.
Okay.
So honestly, like what I would like in regards to Rickard Borman, because I love the guy, he's fucking awesome. But I would like us to go separate ways, face different established arm wrestlers, so we can get some form of understanding where our level is, and then we face each other at a later time. I know I called him out at the event, but that was just because he was fucking about all the time behind the scenes, like, I'll crush you. I'm like, yeah, sure. Then I'll fucking call you out.
Well, okay.
I don't really care. I would pull him if they offer me. I would pull him, but I think I will destroy him. Like, I don't think he has a chance right now.
That was actually the match I was going to talk to you about for the November thing. But we
already established who I'll pull in November.
Fuck, I forget.
Who
do we say?
Yeah.
Who do we
do
say?
You want me to say that here?
Fuck. Say it, and I'll pretend. Yeah, who is it? Who is it?
You gave me Schoolboy.
Oh, that's fucking right. Oh my god. Yes. I totally forgot about him because he hasn't told me about his visa yet, right? So we're still on that situation. But yes, that's right. Okay. I think that maybe let me just see who I had for Rickard. Let me see.
I think M.A.C for Rickard would be a good one. But also I understand that Matt is tired of super heavyweights. So I think for Matt's sake, maybe he might destroy Rickard. But
I didn't have you and Rickard. I actually had Alex. Alex and Rickard. Do you think it's too much?
Alex who? Kurdecha.
Yeah. Do you think it's too much?
Not a match. It's not a match.
Okay. I mean, Rickard is.
But if Rickard wants it, give it to him. Like, but I'll tell you, I will bet you my house that it's not a match right now.
All right. Well, I'll figure something else. Because anyways, I'm not really. There's certain things that I shouldn't be announcing right now because. And hey, nothing.
Otherwise, give November is going to be too early for me to pull Alex. But otherwise, give Rickard to Schoolboy because the people have been wanting that match, and give me Alex then.
Yeah, well, maybe we could definitely work something out. But at the end of the day, this is just a proposed card. Everyone out there, before you drop your panties and start calling people, This is just a proposed card. We haven't even gotten into the discussion on everything, the negotiations. We're just getting ready. Mac 4 is a priority right now. Once that's done, we'll get right into the November event. And we're going to do a soft launch for the November event, and right at the end. This is the main promotion, Global Elite. That's and Mac. It's like a conjoint thing, and I'm the main promoter for that event. So if anyone's wondering what the hell we're talking about, it will be Global Elite is converting to Mac tables and Mac rules. Therefore, that's where the partnership is, and so you'll be very. That's it, buddy, right there. And for most people, I would say 90% of the people that have pulled Mac have given me favorable stuff about the tables and the rule sets. And can we get better? Absolutely. Just like every other league and every other rule system, we're learning, we're tightening things up, and we're making a better product. But anyway, my man, we got you on here for 40 minutes plus, and I know you're a busy dude. What time is it there?
It's 7:30, almost 7:30 p.m.
Okay, yeah, we're 1:23 p.m. here, so not horrible time difference. And what time did you get in the country?
Yesterday at 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. So I went home. I went to sleep for 6 hours, and then I went up, and then I waited until like 11 p.m. and then I went to sleep again.
Yeah, I actually slept a lot too. I think when I arrived home, I probably put in a good 15 hours straight of sleep. My phone, like I had 10,000 messages. Are you dead? What's going on? I'm like, buddy,
24-hour drive.
I drove for 24 hours. I was like, I got home. If people don't know why I was out in Colorado, the E.V.W table that they were using was built by the M.A.C guys. Fixed. There was some differences and some things that weren't to spec, and it was refurbished by Corey Miller. And yeah, so if you were wondering, hey, how come that table's not moving at all? And it's because it was built by the M.A.C guys, and they know how to build a solid table. Would you agree?
I didn't pay attention to it on the day. I was just focused on Matt.
This is where you're supposed to lie and say, yes, that was a fucking outstanding.
Yeah, but I'm not a liar. I did not notice it I did not notice it moving.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. That's all we needed to establish.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, it's a great table. I mean, 3-0. I can't complain.
Yeah. Well, Brian's thing was, look, we got some really, really big guys on here that's going to test the frame. And in the past, E.V.W tables have moved or broken from the stage or whatever, and that was unacceptable to him. And so he tasked me and the guys that make the M.A.C tables to build the strongest table ever built. When we arrived to Colorado, it was a little too big. Like it was damn near 300 pounds. It was 4 inches thick instead of 3. So like we had 3 layers of inch thick plywood plus a steel frame. So Corey's like, well, we need to reduce this. So we ended up taking it apart, taking some of the stuff out, like some plywood or whatever. Then we got it to the 3 inches, then we rewrapped it, and we got it ready for E.V.W and had it to spec. And that's what you got to pull on. So it was a bit of a drama session when we got there, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people with a lot of skill sets. I mean, Matt Oliver, my partner, is a very handy guy, and he helped Corey Miller. I'm not handy. I'm like, I didn't build the table. My guys build the table. I just transported it there. To get it there on time, we decided to, instead of shipping, because who knows, shipping could be very, so we were like, throw it in the car. We'll drive out there. It took us a day to get there. We, everything went well, and then we just drove home. But all right, my friend. So in summary, we have the hottest, strongest, up-and-coming guy, and Filip the Viking Larsson, challenging for the M.A.C belt. He just came off a historic win against Matt M.A.C at East versus West. So East versus West is themselves a new young stud, and his 2-year plan is you got on your way to Kardeccia, you got Hermes, Kardeccia, and Devon. Is that your 3-year plan right there?
Corey,
Corey,
Kardeccia, Hermes, Devon in like a 2-3 year plan.
Yeah, that's quite the target.
That's a high goal. Aim for the stars, end up in the clouds.
Hey man, either way, you're going this way, right? And you're making it, and you're very marketable, and people like you, and that's the case. The fans like you, all your peers. You're really well liked amongst the strongman community too. They like you.
Yeah, I got a few extra points for the cap joke, so
It was excellent. And I mean, from now on, I don't know, did they know you before this, or because like you did do strongman in the past?
never on that level. I just did national strongman because I was supposed to go all the way in strongman, but I was in a motorcycle accident and then I broke my fucking knee, so I got prematurely, like, my career ended. Yeah,
but it pointed you in the right direction, because I think this is your sport. This is your sport.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for your time, and we will see you in a week.
Yeah, yes? I just want to pay my respects to Wayne Withers, because I don't want him to feel overlooked in this. I'm planning to come to Canada and give it 100%, and I am never underestimating an opponent. So I want him to know that he better show up the best he can be, because I will.
That's fair. And Wayne
and I don't want to hear no excuses afterwards. Like, well, dude, come the best you can be, and that's it.
I think
because I will come my very best.
Exactly. That's what we established earlier. He had spoken to me, and I think he even mentioned on the podcast, he said he had taken time to train. So this is the best he's ever been. So you're saying it's the best. There's going to be no excuses. And during the press conference and rules meeting, we will, if you guys have any questions on exactly how things are going to go, that's the time to ask. So everybody's in the know and nobody has anything to bitch about. So press conference is Friday, August 29th. Rules meeting. The rules meeting will be closed to the athletes, because we just want the athletes asking the questions and stuff like that. And then the press conference, you guys can come in and ask your favorite athletes some questions. And Filip Larsson will be in attendance. And for me, that's all I got to say. You got any last words? I guess you just did it, eh?
Yeah, last words. May the best man win.
All right. Take care, brother.
Take care. See you.
Bye-bye. And stream. Give it a second, because I